Hey there, this is Wake Angel 2001, and it's time for another Sonic Boom Vlog. And this one is another one of those episodes that was previewed in the Sonic Boom Fire and Ice game. I almost forgot about those. This one is called Give B a Chance. According to the Sonic Boom game, you were supposed to get one of these B-Bots, which is going to be made sympathetic and into a character. So, yay. This is kind of like a retread of the episode from earlier in the season with a Fiend Bot that became Friend Bot, but this one is it's a lower class minion, not a boss robot. All right, so the episode begins with the mayor giving a speech at a quarry. That he said he originally started digging this quarry as a tax shelter, when in the end he actually ended up finding something powerful in it. Apparently a sapphire, which again, reference to the video games, is like those crystals that powers everything. So as soon as he announces the finding of this crystal, Eggman comes in with his Eggmobile, and a little grapnel claw comes out of it and takes it away. Sonic and friends, of course, go to save the crystal, and Eggman counterattacks with B-Bots. So, a battle ensues, and the B-Bots are all destroyed, and then Eggman says that they can be a real buzzkill and flies away. So Amy, she actually wonders what happens to Eggman's minion bots after battles, and we see Cubot and Norbot are using stretchers to gather up the broken components and carry them back to the base. When Amy finds that one of the B-Bots twitches and is still functional, barely. So she gets Tails to repair it, and he says that not only did he repair it, but he also gave it a personality chip, meaning that it now has a sense of self. So this is something we can feel good about countless robot minions being destroyed, because since they lack a personality chip, they have no sense of self. So it's not like you're killing anybody. Of course, now that this B-Bot does, so this B-Bot actually does have a personality. So we get a little montage of Amy palling around with her new pet B-Bot. She teaches it tricks. She gives it lug nuts as treats. It attacks Lady Walrus's puppy, and she says it should be on a leash. So then it's on a leash. And then she's trying to teach it more tricks. She teaches it to play dead, and it self-destructs. She freaks out, and Tails fixes it for her again. And then we see Dr. Eggman wearing, in a costume change, he's like wearing a gym uniform, and he says he's going to work out. Like, it's a new year, it's time to get in shape. So, like, he's taking his New Year's resolutions to get into better shape. Now, he starts doing some push-ups, but gets tired after only a couple of seconds. Now, Eggman, you're pretty built in this. I mean, they keep on trying to make the whole Eggman is fat jokes, which would work if you were working with the original Eggman, but you're not. You're working with a guy who's an inverted egg. He's broad shoulders, narrow waist. He doesn't really have a gut. He's not a fat guy. If anything, I'd say he's the type of guy that did a bunch of muscle training to make himself bulky, but ignored his cardio, so he has low stamina. That's the kind of out of shape that he is. They say that your heart can't tell the difference if you're muscle or fat. Yeah. So when he sees Amy walking around with her pet B-Bot, he asks what she's doing with one of his B-Bots, and she says it's not his, it's just a wild B-Bot. So so Eggman says, oh, so if it's a wild B-Bot, then it won't react to my homing beacon. Of course, it doesn't react to the homing beacon, so he tries to put in the override password, but he forgot what the password is. He says that it has to, how are you supposed to remember it? It has to have a number, a letter, and a special character, and they make you change it every 6 months. It's annoying. And, this actually is a thing. First of all, Eggman get LastPass. I mean, not to shill, but there is a service called LastPass that makes randomly generated passwords that do this kind of thing for you. And also, there's also been a lot of controversy about these companies that make you change your passwords over and over again because they make your password more difficult to remember, but not necessarily more difficult to guess. I mean, there's some passwords that say you can't use the same character twice. Like, are you freaking kidding me? You can't use the same character twice. Do you have any idea how easy that makes it to guess the password after the fact? Like, you know, like limiting it to the keyboard, you could get it. Like, you could get an algorithm to guess it within seconds if you weren't allowed to use the same character twice. That's stupid. And yes, that is a thing that some companies make you do. Okay. But I digress. Eggman says, Eggman keeps on trying passwords until he gets logged out of his own risk communicator. I thought he built this technology himself. But apparently he doesn't. So he's gonna go back to contact his network administrator and tech support so they can fix this issue. So Amy goes to hide with her B-bot. Oh, by the way, her name is B, short for Beatrice. It's clever because it's simple. And she goes to the Golgobas village to hide out in one of their tents. They try to guilt trip her about using one of their tents for storage, but she ignores it and just goes into the tent. Haha. Yeah. You, Golgobas. And I guess I should also mention that the mayor doesn't want to keep the Sapphire on hand because his insurance won't cover supervillains. And that's when Knuckles volunteers to take care of the Sapphire because there have been complaints that he isn't guarding enough rare gems. Reference to the games. Hardy har har. Alright, so we got so we go to Amy hanging out in the teepee when Dr. Eggman he thanks Kevin for offering him the tech support, and he puts in his new password and triggers a homing beacon to get B back. So when B starts flying into the wall of the tent, the leader of the Golgobas opens the flap to see what the noise is, and it flies out. And Amy says, "You just let B escape. How could you? It's not like I work my fingers bloody raising and taking care of it. We Golgobas are immune to criticism. I feel bad about it." I want to strangle the Golgobas. Freaking Golgobas. Alright, but thankfully we're done with the Golgobas for the episode. Alright, so Amy is in a funk. She's crying into a pillow all the time, and they try to cheer her up. Knuckles tries putting a hat on her, but she's still crying. They try to make her cupcakes, but apparently no one knows how to bake except for her because they set the stove on fire, and Amy puts it out with the fire extinguisher. So Sonic reluctantly offers to talk about their feelings, but before, and that finally gets Amy to open up, but before she can actually open up, Eggman attacks again. So Sonic's like, "Oh, thank God. I mean, nope, we gotta attend to that." So they run out, and Eggman's attacking with a bunch of B-bots, and Amy can't allow anyone to attack them because any one of them could be her precious B. So Eggman manages to get away with the Sapphire, which he says he's going to use to upgrade his Megabot and make it super powerful. When Amy says that she can't face Eggman because he's going to use the B-bots and she's going to hesitate to fight. So she says she'll stay behind and everyone else will do what they have to. So they all go to fight Eggman when Amy's going through her scrapbooks because she likes to keep a lot of scrapbooks, and she looks over the pictures of her and B when she realizes that there is a way to identify which one is hers. Remember how she'd been teaching B tricks? One of them was jumping through a hoop. So she grabs a hoop and she starts running to Eggman's lair. So this is when we see Eggman. Eggman installs a crystal into Megabot. I thought it would be a little bit more complicated than just opening a drawer in his chest and dropping it in, but hey, I don't know how egg technology works. So Megabot becomes super powerful, and its eye laser can completely obliterate rocks, which is kind of awesome. So everybody's trying to fight Megabot, but it's way too powerful. He's knocking everybody back, and their attacks are completely powerless. So So Amy comes in, and Eggman calls forth a platoon of B-bots to attack. Everyone else is sensitive about getting the B-bots because they don't want to hurt Amy's feeling by killing her pet. But Amy throws a hoop up into the air, and B, sensing the hoop, goes to catch it. So Amy's happily reunited with B, and they smash all the rest of the B-bots. Remember, none of the other B-bots have personality chips, so it's okay for them to be destroyed. Okay, so Eggman is kind of upset that all this has happened, and he orders Megabot to blast Amy's B-bot, and when he does, Amy gets pissed. So she calls forth her Pico Hammer, and she starts smashing the Megabot so hard that it causes the crystal to fall out of his chest, and a part of it cracks off. This actually reminded me of an episode of Sonic X. It was where they were going to they were at this amusement park, and Dr. Eggman attacked with this giant octopus badnik, and Amy's hammer couldn't affect it. But then when another one of his robots, which was made out of a roller coaster, smashed a necklace a bracelet that Amy had made for Sonic, she got so angry that she was able to smash the robot to pieces. Because I'm guessing even in this continuity, Amy's hammer is still a magical hammer tied into her emotional state, so it gets more powerful when she's angry. At least that's my interpretation of it. So with the Obliterator bot defeated, they tied up with the Enter Beam, and Eggman's defeated. He runs off. So they recover the crystal, and Tails takes the part that they removed to implant it back into B, who he repairs again. And this time he uses spray paint to paint B's yellow parts pink. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to customize my B-bot to be a bee now, because I only have the one. It's not like I'm gonna army build these things, so I was able to army build the Jazzwares Badniks because I had to buy multiples of the figures anyway to make customs. But I don't really use the Boom figures to make customs, so there's no reason for me to have more than one B-bot. So if I'm only going to have one B-bot, I may as well customize it to be B. All I have to do is paint the yellow parts pink. So Amy is happily reunited with her new, more powerful B, who is now pink. And I'm hoping that Tails removed the homing beacon this time, so we don't have a repeat of this incident later. And then Amy completes her scrapbooks of her favorite scrapbooks, and then she goes out to play with B-bot. B. It's a very cute episode. This is outright a very cute episode. It's another sympathetic Badnik story. Between season 1's slime bot, that Goddard-looking robot dog that made green slime, and then earlier this season we had friend bot. Now we have B. It makes me wonder if we're gonna have a follow-up later on where where all of these reformed badniks are gonna have to save the day one of these times. Kind of like the My Little Pony season 7 finale where Discord, Trixie, Thorax, and Starlight Shimmer? Starlight Shimmer, I think that was her name, when the four of them had to rescue all the main characters from an evil. Yeah, I'm guessing maybe that's going to happen. Maybe they're setting up something like that, where a group of reformed bad guys are going to become heroes in their own right. Hey, it could happen. I mean, I have been saying good things about this show. Why not compare it to My Little Pony? Friendship is magic. So yeah, this is a pretty legitimately good episode all the way around. You got a nice cute little theme. We got a new character that I'm hoping is gonna recur. She's basically Amy's pet now, so I'm guessing even if the episodes don't focus on her, we might see B hovering around in the background, maybe hanging out in Amy's house in future episodes. So yeah, I'm hoping that this is status quo altering. Like the worst thing about a cartoon that they can do is just reset the status quo at the end. So I like to see when the episode ends with things that are different from the beginning. Like last week, it was with Dave the intern becoming Dave the manager. So yeah, those are the best kinds of episode resolutions, because it shows that these characters are in an active world and they're evolving. That's always good. That's a trait of a good series. And it's just occurred to me, like, I like how they made this stand out of a softer material so that it doesn't snap, but it droops. My Bebot started out like this, but now it kind of hangs, like, eh. Like, if they use hollow construction, then that might have actually been better, because a hollow cylinder is actually structurally stronger than a solid one. But then I'm just kind of... Now I'm just ranting about stuff. So, yeah, this was a really good episode. I personally recommend it. And, yeah, the series... 2 weeks ago, there was a pretty weak one with their political jokes, but you know what? 2 weeks in a row, we're back on track. So season 2 is back in my good graces. I mean, it's not like it was ever in my bad graces, but I would understand how people would have disliked earlier that episode. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Although I hope to have some more videos before then. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off for now.